Hey collectors, I'm wearing the blue shirt today, and you know what that means? Today is a big day because I got my PSA cards back. Yes, that is right, my PSA cards. This is the very first shipment I sent off to PSA, and it should be filled with nothing but, except one thing, but nothing but base set holographic cards. I am so excited to see what we got graded because I don't actually know any of them. I don't know any of them, three of which I had to pay an upcharge. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. So I'm going to be doing a couple things. This is a video for those people that have never done a PSA submission before, because I actually did something different. This is through Ludkins Collectables, okay? And if you are not familiar with Ludkins Collectables, let me tell you that they are the people to go through if it is your first time. If you are very unsure, if you're like me and you are unsure, I don't want to send my shiny Charizard, I don't want to send my Lugia, I don't want to send some of my really valuable cards off to PSA because I don't know what I'm doing. This is a company that I highly recommend. And we're going to go through it. This is my first time opening it from them, but I have been nothing but impressed with their service. And I'm not endorsing them or paid by them, but I just want to definitely give those people props because they were very, very helpful in a number of things. Now, I've done Pokemon cards, but I've done other shipments with sports cards. So we're going to crack into it because, again, three of them, I had to pay an upcharge. So what that means is specifically through Ludkins, I had to, you're submitting at bulk rate. And, everyone says, okay, well, why wouldn't I submit directly with PSA? You can do that. And oddly enough, you're going to pay more unless you are submitting massive amounts of quantity. So Ludkins Collectables, they are an authorized PSA submission company, and they actually do a lot for the UK and in Europe specifically. A lot of people in Europe do that. I myself, I'm in Canada, and PSA and BGS, Beckett, all of these guys, they're in the United States. Ludkins also is in the United States as well, and they are really for those people that are submitting bulk cards. And what I mean by bulk cards is maybe you're not super expensive, maybe not your super expensive cards. Okay, so it's a box within a box. Maybe you're not your super expensive cards, but say a card that is worth less than $500. And it is actually a cheaper rate than going direct through PSA, which is amazing. So this is a great way to send those not as expensive cards. Now, in this instance, when I submitted my cards, three of which came back as more valuable than effectively $500, which is fantastic. Now, you do have to pay an upcharge because that's the way it works with all grading companies. If you are submitting a card of higher value, they do take more time to grade it. They are a little bit more careful and diligent to make sure that it is graded properly and taken care of properly. So I will say this took 7 months to get back. Now that is a long time, but I don't blame Ludkins. I don't blame PSA. It is because of what's happening in the world right now. That slowed everything down. They were shut down. So that's just the way it goes. So I'm expecting about 20 cards here. It looks like there's a lot. So we are going to go one at a time, and I'm going to cover up the grades. Now, the one thing that's really, really cool about, let's see if you can see that there. Okay, perfect. The one thing that's really, really cool about Ludkins, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to take all of these out. Yeah, okay, they're facing down. Perfect. So there is one thing missing that will come in another video. I have a bunch of PSA videos coming and graded videos, Beckett as well. So just stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed, subscribe for that. Okay, so the really cool thing about Ludkins and why I really enjoyed it, because I don't know what I'm doing. When I look at the cards, I'd say, okay, is this a 10? Is this a 1? I have no idea. When you submit it to them, specifically with trading cards, specifically with Pokemon, they will actually give you a prediction of what they think it's going to be. So they'll actually send you a file in your email. So I actually got it here as well. So we're going to be able to compare. And they say, okay, we estimate it's going to come back as a 7 or an 8 or whatever number it's going to be, a potential 10. And you can make the decision before they actually mail it off to PSA for you and fill out the paperwork. You can make the decision, yes, send it, or no, don't send it. Because if you wanted to get a 10 and they think it's going to come back as an 8, you can still obviously risk it and send it. It's going to cost you your $12 or $13 or whatever that number is going to be. Or you can say, you know what, don't submit that card. They will hold it for you. They'll submit the rest of the cards that you've said to go. And when it comes back, they're just going to charge you a nominal fee like $2 to not send that card and just handle it, protect it for you, and send it back with your PSA graded cards. So I thought that was such an amazing service, especially for people like me that have never done this before, for people that are new into the grading game. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a card one at a time. I'm going to tell you what Ludkins had predicted that it was going to be, and then we're going to see how close they were to it. For me, I had no idea what it was going to be, but obviously I have 3 cards, which ones I don't know, and what the grade is, I don't know as well. We're not exactly sure what it's going to be. Hey guys, I forgot to mention that I am actually going to be giving away, as many of you know, one of these PSA cards when I hit 500 subscribers. So I'm going to tell you how at the end of this video, but more importantly, I'm going to be officially announcing which card I'm going to be giving away on Monday. So look out for that. And because you guys have been supporting me for so long, I'm going to mention at the end of this video what you can do to gain an entry early. Gain one today, only for the people that have been subscribed to me now and as early as this video. So keep a look for that at the end of the video. So I'm going to try and cover this up here. Okay, as awkward as possible. Here we go. Okay. There we go. So we're starting at the bottom. So obviously this is backwards, which makes perfect sense because I submitted it in order. So they had actually predicted that this was going to be a 9. So I thought that, hey, that's pretty good. A Zapdos that could be a 9. When you look at it here, centering looks pretty good. When we flip it over, yeah, I mean, centering looks a little off on the back. I'm not going to get I don't want to make this too long of a video, but they had predicted a 9. So Zapdos, what do you got for us? Boom. 9. Look at that. They were right. Excellent. Okay. So I would guess, like, that's a pretty good looking Zapdos. I am pleased with a 9. Again, I had very low expectations on what to expect. I would say the centering, it's probably, if you look at the back here, you can see the centering's off a little bit left to right. Or sorry, right to left. So I am very, very pleased with that. I will set that up there. It's going to get a very full wall. The one thing I did want to mention as well is I bought, this would have been 7-8 months ago. I bought the entire base set with some bonus cards. So there were some Shadowless cards, which we're going to have some Shadowless in here as well. I bought the entire collection for $325 Canadian. So that works out to about $240 American. So I bought the entire collection. This is before the boom really happened of base set. Or of all Pokemon in general. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal, especially with if we've got 9s that are going to be graded in here. I'm pretty excited about that. So we're going to see if I can cover that up. Okay, we got Venusaur. All right, so with Venusaur, Ludkins had predicted 8. Okay, so when I look at it, the holo looks pretty good. Centering looks mostly okay. I actually see a blemish on that. I don't know if that's on the card. It does look like it's on the card. So I'm curious to see what it said. They said it was going to be an 8. So we've got ourselves a 8. Wow. Okay. All right. 8 with a Venusaur. That is perfect. Now I actually have my computer here because I did want to see. So I'm going to go back to the Zapdos. A 9. There in the base set form, there's 2,176 cards that have been graded in general. 1,089 have been graded as a 9. There's 437 as a 10, so obviously that's better. When we get into the Venusaur, almost 4,000, 3,900 cards have been graded as the limited version of the Venusaur, and I am an 8. There's 836 of those. There's a lot of 9s and a decent amount of 10s as well. So that's pretty good. You know what? Anything in 8 and above, I am happy. This is a set I didn't collect. I sadly sold my collection many years ago. But I actually don't think I had Venusaur, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely had Zapdos, though. So, all right. So my guess is we've got Raichu next here. So there we go. We've got Raichu. They had predicted Raichu as an 8 or a 9. So they had mentioned specifically, they said there's light scratching and light corner wear. So I am very curious to see what we're going to get on the Raichu. So without further ado, we've got a 8. Okay, so they were right. So they said between an 8 and a 9, and we got an 8. So not too bad. So when we look at PSA, there's been 1,911 graded. There's 468s. So there's 933 9s, and 210 10s. Wow, so not very many 10s. Interesting. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? We're going to stack them up here. This is the 9 pile. This is the 8 pile. If I had everything as 8s and above, I would be pleased. But there are some that are going to be a little bit worse for wear. So we've got ourselves a Polyrath. Okay, for the Polyrath Unlimited, they had said a 6. So this one was not looking as good. They said heavy scratching, edge, and surface wear. So again, I didn't know what to expect here. They say 6. Anything above a 6, I'd be pretty happy. So let's see what we got. A 7. Okay. All right. So they, again, they were close, but even better than what we had expected. So that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I see a little bit of, it's a little bit dirty and everything, but overall, there's not a ton of whitening on these cards. So that's pretty good. I am happy with a 7 there. That's a little bit better than what they thought. Now, the next card, I believe, should be a shadowless Polyrath. So we've got ourselves a shadowless Polyrath. And they had said they thought it was going to be a 7. And I'm impressed. These guys, again, they're not PSA. This is just their opinions. But it is certainly, that's actually pretty good. If you look at the Holo, looks pretty good there. I don't see too much. So they said that there's scratching and edge and surface wear. So again, we'll see. They had predicted a 7. So if it's anything above a 7, I would be a pretty happy camper. So here we are. 9. Oh, right. Excellent. Wow. That is amazing. A shadowless Polyrath 9. Let's have a look at that. So, the 9, there's only 306 of these out there. There's 40 10s, which is incredible. So that's pretty incredible. Wow. Polyrath. So as mentioned, in this collection, there were some shadowless. There was actually 3 specifically shadowless holographics, one of which was really bad condition. A Nidoking, which I ended up selling just to somebody locally, and I was okay with that. The other 2 were decent condition. Obviously, a 9 for a shadowless. Underneath, I'm going to give you an idea of what the going rate are for all of these. What I'm going to do with these, likely they're going to go into my personal collection. Some of the duplicates, unsure at this point. So we've got a Ninetales. So the Ninetales, they had thought it was going to be an 8 or 9, light scratching and edge wear. So, okay, so not too bad. Ninetales, I don't think it's the most valuable of cards, but it's, let's see if we can see the Holo foil there. It looks pretty good. I don't see any scratches, but again, we're not looking too close. So this is number 12. Number 12? Number 12. Okay, here we go. And Ninetales is... Yes! We pulled a 10. I did not expect to pull it. Wow. You have got to be kidding me. That's amazing. They had said 8 or 9 and it came back as a 10. Unreal. So again, this is just a guideline, and I'd rather them be a little bit, and I'm sure they're probably like, okay, we think it's higher, but we're going to grade it a point lower just to be safe, because they don't want to say it's going to be a 9 or a 10 and it comes back an 8. You're going to get people that are upset, but wow, I've got a Ninetales Gem Mint 10. Can you believe it? So when we look at it, like, yeah, there is no whitening that I can see on the corners there. Unbelievable. I mean, maybe, is that? Yeah, maybe a little bit on there, but it could just be the lighting. Centering looks perfect. Absolutely incredible. So we've got ranging from a 9 to a 10 at this point. Let's just point that down there, just a smidge. All right. Wow. Awesome. I've got a 10. So let's look at the 10s. There is only 335 PSA 10 Ninetales out there. And I've got one of them. 335 in the entire world, and we've got one right here. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, all right. So next should be the Nidoking. So let's cover that up. We've got a Nidoking, and they said it was going to be an 8. So light scratching, edge, and corner wear. So, all right. So again, if it's an 8 or higher, I would love a 9, but let's see what we've got with the Nidoking. 9! Yes! All right. That is unbelievable. This is turning out surprisingly well. Again, this wasn't my collection. This was just somebody's that I bought. Thought it was a good price at the time, and who would have thought that the world was going to be turned upside down, and we were going to Pokemon was just going to really boom. So, yeah, centering I can see a little bit off at the back, but it looks pretty good. All right, Nidoking. There is 1,012 nines out there. So this is a pretty common one out there. 283 tens. So, hey, that's pretty incredible. And I'm going to take a closer look at these afterwards just to see, you know, would I resubmit them? I've learned a little bit more about grading and a little bit, you know, the PSA standards since I submitted these. So, again, it's been 7 months. A lot has changed in 7 months. So, all right, we are getting closer, and you know what number 4 is. So I'm excited to see what we get with number 4. Okay, we got Mewtwo. Okay, Mewtwo, they said it was going to be a 6. Okay, so we got a Mewtwo. I don't know how this one generally sells, but Holo looks, I think I could see a couple scratches on it there. So, okay, so they said 6, and we've got a 7. Okay, so they've never been overestimated to what they thought it was going to be. So that is fantastic. A 7. I will gladly take a 7 any day of the week. That is amazing. So let's look at a 7. I know it's probably, you know, so there's 2,700 in total that have been graded for the Mewtwo Unlimited. And 7, there's 224. There's a lot that have been graded above. But hey, you know what? I'm happy. If everything is 7 and above, I mean, I'd love 8 and above, but realistically, again, I can't be too upset. Okay, so the next one is another Mewtwo, actually. So I submitted 2 Mewtwo's. Okay, so we've got another Mewtwo. This is, how does it look? It looks pretty good. So this one, they said was going to be a 6 or a 7, so maybe moderately better than the last one we submitted. I think I maybe see some scratches on this one. So here we go, 6 or 7, and we got ourselves a 7. Okay, so we got 2 7s. That's too bad. I would have loved one a little bit better, but yeah, you know what? I'm not too upset there. Obviously, that one was a little bit rougher than what I had hoped for, so not too bad. All right, so 7. I've got 2 of the 224 that are out there, so that's kind of funny. All right, so next is Magneton base set. So let's see what we've got for Magneton. All right, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. The Holo looks pretty good there. Magneton, they said it was going to be an 8. And actually, I've submitted 2 Magnetons. So they had said it was going to be an 8. So let's see if we can get ourselves an 8. We've got a 9. Excellent. Anytime they beat it, I am very, very happy about that. 9. All right, 9 Magneton. There is 905 of them out there. So there is a lot of these out there. But again, 9 for the collection. Not too bad. Again, I'm still very, very happy about this 10 Ninetales. That's unbelievable. So again, in the link in the description below, go check out Ludkins Collectables. If you have never submitted a PSA card or you've always wanted to submit your cards, PSA is certainly for Pokemon cards, but go check them out. They are a fantastic group of people, and I love that they submit their expectations, because it just gives you a sense of where you think, you know, where it's roughly going to be, and they have not been wrong from a overestimation standpoint. So I'm very happy about that. All right, let's keep going. This should be another Magneton. We're going to keep moving along here. Magneton, so they recommended that this one is going to be a 7. So the last one was a 9, and we've got ourselves a 7. So they got that one right. So obviously that one, yeah, I can see scratches on that one. So, all right. Next is a Machamp. They said it was going to be a 7. So this is obviously the first edition stamp, but it is a shadowed version. So this is the unlimited one. Even though it says first edition, they all say first edition. So they said, what did I say? They said 7. And we've got ourselves a 8. Okay, all right. I will gladly take a near mint to mint 8 with the Machamp. Fantastic. On 8s, just so you are aware, all of them are first edition, there is 1,139. And there are so many in that because they have the Shadowless, the Unlimited, and the first edition all grouped into the same one because of that error from back in the day that everyone should be aware of. All right, next is Hitmonchan. Oh, I can already see scratches on it there. Yeah, okay. All right, so we got Hitmonchan. They said it was going to be a 6 or a 7. Hopefully not a 6. And we've got an 8. Okay, all right. Awesome. So with Hitmonchan, there is 471 8s. So not too bad. All right, anytime they beat it, I am a happy camper. This is amazing. All right, we're getting closer to that number 4. Okay, Gyarados is next. Let's see here. We've got Gyarados. Gary, my man. All right, Gyarados, they said a 7. So let's see if they can beat a 7. 9, yeah! Awesome! Fantastic! All right, Gyarados, 9. There is 1,128 of them, so there is a lot. That's about half of the cards that have been graded. Pretty much exactly, because there is 2252. So there's almost exactly half of the Gyaradoses that are graded. Almost to the exact number is a Gem Mint 9. So that is, or sorry, a Mint 9. To get the Gem Mint, you got to be a 10. All right, next is a Clefairy. They said it was going to be a 6. So hopefully we don't break our streak and get anything below a 7. So with Clefairy, we've got a 8. Excellent. They beat it by 2. Fantastic. All right, Clefairy and 8s. We've got 393. So this is perfect. I'm very excited to add these into my... I've got a case waiting to go that these are going to sit in. So I'd love to take a closer look, but I don't want to make this video an hour long. So, all right, next is the Charizard. So the Charizard, they said it was going to be a 6 or a 7. Let's cover that up. They said it was going to be a 6 or a 7. Oh boy. I wish this one came as a shadowless. That would have been unbelievable when I bought the set. So we're just going to take a closer look at this one. The holo foil, I mean, you maybe see a couple scratches there. Centering looks a little bit right to left, I think you would probably say. We're just going to turn that around quickly. We're going to look at the back. It's because this one, yeah, I see a little whitening at the top there. At the bottom, it looks pretty good, so I need to do this without ruining the surprise again. Okay. All right, Charizard. All right, they said it was going to be a 6 or a 7, and the Charizard base set Unlimited comes back as a 8. Yeah. All right. Excellent. This was the one. I mean, if anything was going to be higher than what they recommended, this was the one. Now I think the numbers will be below, but I'm thinking this is maybe like $600 to $700 card in that range, maybe $500. Probably closer to 500, but unbelievable. All right, Charizard 8s. There is 3,172. In total of the Unlimited, there's been 12,700 graded. 428 of those are Gem Mint 10s. So that is incredible. Yes. I was nervous about that one because that was the one that was obviously the most valuable. The 3. So I've got currently a Venusaur as an 8. Yeah, I got a Venusaur as an 8. I've got a Charizard as an 8. So we've got Chansey. I know Chansey is historically difficult to grade as a 10 in general, so I'm not sure what we're going to expect here. I can already see scratches on it, so can't expect much. They said it was going to be a 6 or a 7 for the Chansey. So anything, if I got a 7 or above, I would be probably a happy camper. So the Chansey comes back as an 7. Okay. All right, not too bad. I'm glad we don't have anything below a 7 at this point, but you can already see, like, there's just one big scratch right there. That is very, very distracting. So the 7, there is 171 of them, and there's only 131 10s. So this is probably the most difficult 10 to get in of the base set. So, all right, next is okay, all right. We've actually got a shadowless Chansey. I forgot about this. This was the other shadowless one. So, oh my goodness. Okay, look at those scratches. That is brutal. Okay, all right. Low expectations here. So they said it was going to be a 6. I can't imagine it's better than the last one. So this has got to be a 6 or a 5 or something. So, all right, the Chansey shadowless is a 7. Okay, all right. I will take it. Of the shadowless 7, there is 184. So there's actually more of these than base set, oddly enough. So that's interesting. And there's only 14 shadowless PSA 10s. And to give you an idea, first edition, there's more. There's 46. Interesting. Okay, so there's just less shadowless out there. Not bad. I am happy about that. So next is the Blastoise. This is the next big boy of the big 3. Let's hope we can get something good on this one. All right, How does it look? It looks clean. Maybe something there? I can't tell. Okay, we've got Blastoise. They said this is going to be a 7 or 8. So I would be happy with an 8. Let's be greedy. All right, so we got Blastoise, and it is... What? No way. Holy moly. Wow. Blastoise Gem Mint 10. You've got to be kidding. All right. That is unbelievable. This is not the stage error, though. That is one thing I did want to mention. It's not a stage error. So there's 304 of these in the world, and we've got one now. Wow. I think this is probably going to... I don't know for how much, but I bet this is big bucks because it's one of the 3. I can't believe we got 2 PSA 10s. That blows my mind. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PSA 9s. All right, the last one for today, we've got Alakazam. That is the last of the base set cards. And if you didn't know, you could tell that this was an alphabetical order going backwards. That's how they do their base set, was in alphabetical order, from Alakazam to Zapdos. I didn't know that until recently, thanks to Rhyme Style. I didn't know that one. So, all right, Alakazam, can we finish with some heat here? They said it's going to be an 8 with light edge and surface wear. So, let's see if we can finish with an 8 or higher. And we've got ourselves a 9. Yes! All right. Let's go. All right, not a 10, but still, oh, man. So Alakazam, let's just have a quick look at that before we go. There is 1,013. Again, exactly pretty much half of the cards that have been graded on base unlimited are a PSA 9. So the big winners here, we've got ourselves 2 Gem Mint 10s, a Blastoise and a Ninetales. And the big boy, King Lizard himself, Charizard, came back as an 8, which is better than their 6 or 7 predicted. So again, this is Ludkins Collectables. I highly recommend you check them out. If you've never done it before, definitely check them out. If you're in Europe, check out Ludkins EU, UK, I believe actually it's called. If you're a Canadian like myself, the customs and the border charges are the risk involved with this. For myself, I normally travel quite a bit, so I go to the United States and I would be able to do it there. This was a different circumstance. I did not have to pay any customs charges on this, but that's not to say you won't. So something to be mindful of if it is coming across the American border. Well, that was amazing. I can't believe some of the pulls we got. Some of those grades, I did not expect that. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you comment today, I will have a video tomorrow and I will have a video Saturday before my official announcement on Monday. So for these next 3 videos, if you put hashtag MC500 in the comments below, you're gonna gain up to 3 entries before I even officially announce what I'm gonna be giving away. So that's a thank you to you guys that have been supporting me since the beginning. So make sure you do that and you'll see on Monday what we're giving away. So definitely, if you have never done a PSA submission, I highly recommend you give it a shot. Ludkins is a great way to try if you've never done it before, especially if you're submitting some more valuable cards. They do a really, really good job. So thank you very much, Ludkins. I appreciate your help with my first PSA submission, and we got some big hits. So you guys were not wrong. You were not overestimating on any of them. So thank you very much. I'm the Millennial Collector. If you have not checked out my channel, I've got lots of openings, pulling the shiny Charizard. I do even some sports card openings as well, and you're going to see some graded cards coming back that are sports cards as well. So hit a subscribe, hit a like. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Have an amazing day.